welcome back to the channel. Now, if you're watching this right now, you've just seen an over 30% sell-off on your VRA holdings. And I know what you're thinking. Should I buy more or should I sit this one out? And I'm going to answer that question in this video. But first, you need to understand why this 30% plus sell-off occurred. Now, you'll note that this sell-off is not unique to VRA. This sell-off occurred across the entire cryptocurrency market, particularly altcoins. Altcoins were most affected by the sell-off that we just saw. And in fact, the sell-off that we just saw represented the largest liquidation in the cryptocurrency market. We've never seen a crash like this or a liquidation event like this in crypto history. $2.15 billion liquidated from the cryptocurrency market. And this, as I just said, is the worst in history, greater than FTX and Luna in terms of 24-hour liquidations, and even greater than the COVID crash. So what we've just experienced was and is a massive event, right? And this comes after the 25% tariffs on imports on Mexico and Canada that Trump imposed, right? But anyway, that's a topic for another day. Join my free Telegram group if you want to learn the full ins and outs of why the market just crashed. Again, click the link in my description, join the free Telegram group, and you'll understand why the overall market crashed. But let's just stick to VRA for now. VRA is at a pivotal level. It did sell off quite aggressively, but it also bounced back from its lows. And in fact, we haven't seen lows like this since 2022, right? So we did see quite a large sell-off, but VRA has bounced back over 33% if you bought VRA at that low of 0.001730, right? Prices bounce back and it looks like it's continuing to bounce back. But I will say this entry or DCA opportunity might not be for everybody, and I'm going to explain why. On my last update, VRA was at $30 million. We actually added in more capital at that $30 million mark. Because of the sell-off, price is now at 23.37. Now, the way I would be looking at this right now is this. If you are over leveraged, if you already have a significant VRA bag and you're actually saying to yourself, you know what, I'm fully stacked, it's time to just let VRA play out, right? Let me not, add to the bag. Let me not sell or swap other projects and add to VRA, because ultimately you're digging and digging and digging a hole, right? And what does that mean? Once you're dependent on a project to succeed, as in if it doesn't take off, then your bull cycle is absolutely ruined. You're not in a great position, right? And if by adding a position gets you to that stage where VRA 100% needs to play out, otherwise you're screwed, then unfortunately the question answers itself. It's not a good opportunity to buy because you're already over leveraged and overexposed. However, if this is just purely a risk to reward play, and that's all you're looking at it from. So for example, if VRA even goes back to where we started for the year, you're looking at a 60% move from our current level, 60%. Now, the potential downside, right, if the market does fall further, so let's say Bitcoin starts to make its way towards 80,000, altcoins sell off aggressively, there is a chance we could move back to where we were in 2021, which would be a 64% sell-off from where we currently are now. So the way I'm looking at this is two ways. Number one, if I'm buying at this area, I'm either buying this back to its November highs in 2024, which is 239%. So there you're looking at 60% downside to gain 240%. Or you're saying I'm buying back to our next major target of 0.012077, right? Again, we do have to look at these short-term targets. There's no point of focusing on the 100x or 50x or even a 10x at this stage, right? It makes zero sense. I would only be focusing on what's within the range Why? Because obviously VRA has proven that it's hit these areas every single year dating back to 2022, right? So that's all I'll be focused on, nothing more, nothing less. So then you're looking at 60% downside to potentially gain a 400% upside. If the risk to reward makes sense to you, then that answers the question. Then yeah, it's a no-brainer, right? And especially if, once I just said, it's not a situation where if it doesn't work out, it ruins your bull cycle. So if you even look at this risk to reward and still say to yourself, yeah, if it doesn't play out, I'm screwed, then even with this great risk to reward, it's probably not a good idea. It might make sense to take advantage of a project, another coin, or maybe on another coin, another project, right? Take advantage of an opportunity over there rather than doubling down on VRA. And like I said, ultimately, if we just take a step back and we're scouring the market, yeah, this was like a great opportunity. But as many of you are over leveraged, overexposed, it might be a good time to just let VRA play out now, at least go up to 0.000777, right? Once price goes up to this area, then maybe you can either look at reducing your risk, so maybe taking out some profits that you've had at these lows and then just letting the rest play out. And again, I'm mainly talking to those of you that have over 1 million plus VRA tokens, maybe 10 million plus. That's different. If you only have 100,000, 500,000, etc., then of course it might make sense to just let the whole bag play out. And in fact, this might be an opportunity to round off your bag and maybe round up to 1 million tokens. So it's so subjective, but we will continue discussion in the Telegram group below. So make sure you all join the Telegram group. Make sure you subscribe, because if you are not subscribed, then of course you miss out on these free buy calls like I gave out here. Again, if you don't want to miss any more free buy calls and updates just like this one, you need to make sure you join my free Telegram group now. And subscribe. Sorry, I meant to say subscribe. And of course, like you've seen this video is financial advice. Always make sure to do your own independent research. Until next update, guys, seize the day.